Hello everyone, it's Ben, and I'm here to address something with these two dudes. Well, three, but the third one is he's not really in it, but he's just like, oh, these are my friends or these are my brother, so I'm gonna take up for them. Okay, so getting into it, this dude named Ali Awesome, I met him in pros, I think so. I added him 4 months ago, and then me and him we didn't get close, but he would ask me for knives, like, oh, can I use this knife? Or he'll be like, can I have a knife? And I'll be like, sorry, I can't really get out knives right now because of my M and the valuable knives I'm trying to gain back, or try to gain more profit of the value I have lost. So then once I told him no, he couldn't take no for an answer. So I guess one day he tried to scam me. The next part is going to be in part two. Everything's going to finish out 60 seconds, but the next part is in part two. Okay, this is part two to the previous video of my part one. Okay, so a month prior to that, he then told me, "Oh, hello, Ben. Hi, not long time no see. I got scammed." I'm like, "Oh," I said, "Who scammed you?" As I've always asked my friends, they said he get scammed. I said, "Who scammed you, and what was the scam?" He said the dude just started to give him his knives, and I'm like, that don't sound. Why would you give somebody your knife? Because when somebody had asked for his knife when we was in a game one time. He literally yelled and went off on the dude and said, "No, why would I let a noob use my knife?" So I'm surprised that he let somebody use his knife. So then he asked me if he could get a knife. I said no, sorry, because I don't really trust that. Not to figure out his brother Groovy, the third brother. He said, Ali, stop lying. Your knife is in my ends. And I checked Groovy's end, and I checked it, and I seen all of Ali's knives in it that looked familiar. He said Ali denied it wasn't his. Part three coming next. Okay, now that we're still in the game, like 10 minutes pass by, I look at Ali ends and all his knives are there again. So I'm like, okay, the brother Groovy did tell the truth. Those were Ali knives in his end, and he was just trying to get a knife out of me. So then once I saw Ali's knife back in him, I said, Ali, didn't you get scammed? And one of my friends say, wait a minute, Ben, look at his end. Didn't he say he got scammed? And I asked him, I said, did you get scammed? I said, why did you lie? He said, because I wanted a knife. I said, why? He said, because I wanted a knife. I said, that's not a valid reason. He said, okay. He said, why are you so mean? You're a bad Muslim. You don't give people knives. Not to figure out he's a Muslim himself. So he's really speaking down on our religion, and we don't claim him, by the way. But yeah, he then had continued. He said, I'm unfriending you. I said, okay, you can unfriend me. And then his friend Zeke came in the picture. Zeke entered the picture. So then Zeke friending me, and then it was all exposed. Each other like, oh, Ali's a scammer. Da 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 da. Groovy said, Ali's a scammer. Don't trust him ever. Part four coming.
This is part five. Okay, so then the Zeke friend come in the picture. Zeke and Groovy continue to expose Ali. Okay, so yeah, the Zeke friend come in the picture, and Zeke and Groovy continue to expose Ali. Not to figure, but I already knew their brothers. Groovy and Ali are brothers, and Zeke is their friend. So both of them continue exposing Ali, and Ali was like, Zeke, why are you lying? Me and you scam. We scam together, so you can act like you're not a scammer. I'm like, wait, they're just exposing each other. They're supposed to be friends. I'm like, what type of friends do that? So then that just let me know more about them. They said, oh, we scammed together twice, and then Zeke was like, I'm not gonna lie, we did scam together, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I'll never scam again. So then, ooh, this is getting juicy, bro. Zeke, I added Zeke and I added Groovy. Not to figure out Zeke is as sketchy as Ali. Part 6 is going to be more about Zeke because everything can fit inside this video, so tune in there. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the next day Zeke still asked to use my UV, and I said no. And I had texted Groovy about it. I told Groovy, I said, why do everybody you know try to scam me and are liars? He said, don't trust them. He said, yeah, he did try to scam you, and like if you did scam him, he did deserve it. He said Zeke is a scammer. He said, I'm sorry for Zeke's action and Ali action, but they don't define me or who he is as a person. I'm like, okay, so I can't really blame him for that. But I'm like, take control at least of your brother. So then Zeke, I had unfriended him, and then he was like, Ben, why you unfriend? Because you didn't let me use your knife? I said, no, because you're a scammer. And I said, whatever happened to you, you would deserve it if you got scammed back. He said, ha ha ha, you're bad, you're just jealous. And he said, I was gonna scam you if I used your SF. And I said, I know. And then he said, if you know, why didn't you do it? I said, bro, do you hear yourself? And then he ran it off, and him at least started going off on me. They was like, Ben is a bot, Ben is a scammer. He don't let nobody use his stuff because he's a bad Muslim. Part 8 comes to part 10, I guess. Okay, so Ali and Zeke, anytime they would join me, well, anytime I join a group, they'd be like, Ben, you're a ball, you're a ball, you're a bad for scam, you're a bad Muslim. I just started laughing. I'm like, LOL, imagine you was gonna scare me, so why are you mad when it happened to you? Groovy then told me later that they deserved it. I'm like, yeah, they did deserve it, and he takes his own medicine. So then anytime I would join Groovy, Zeke got over it. Ali would always join and be like, Ben, you're a scammer. Ben is so bad. Like, Ben is a bad Muslim. Ben, just leave. And I blocked him on his main account. He made an art just to follow me wherever and went into my join Groovy just to follow me, just to bash me every day. He says my name like he's so desperate about it. He's so desperate and obsessed with me. It's so funny, bro. He will say my name every time. I say, you might want to change your name to Ben. He said, no. That's why I keep saying it. He said, because I can't. I said, and he's 11 too. He's 11, so no wonder. His comebacks are bad. His comebacks are bad. It's just, they're childish as well. So then Groovy is also, he's not sketchy, he's just skeptical. But I'm explaining more about Groovy in part 11. Okay, so the funny thing is, I also joined Groovy 2 days ago, and not to figure out Ali was on an all-call burger, Nolan, something like that. And Ali made a bet with a dude named Galaxy, and Galaxy is Ali's friend. He said, "Oh, if you win the bet, you can have my flakes. If I win the bet, you give bat like bat sketch." And then Galaxy ended up winning, and then Ali was like, "No, please, I can't give it to you. You guys are all pros, and I'm a noob." I'm like, "Why you betting the first one?" And everybody was like, he said, Ali, if you don't give me you're a scammer and I'm unfriending you. So I don't know if he unfriended him, but he asked Groovy why Ali always scam. Groovy said, I don't know. The thing that made me think Groovy is a scammer because today Groovy tried to be like, oh, did your get banned? If he did, he will deserve it. Boy, if you don't shut up, your brothers deserved it. Everybody that you know deserved it. Like, if you don't shut your ass up, you're not even in this thing. So keep your 2 senses out. Because if you really want it to be in, I could put you right in it. Ain't no problem. Last part. Okay, I'm done with this. Okay, Groovy, he's really like he's like a flip flopper. Like, if you don't like me, say you don't like me, let's get over with. So I joined on my art and joined Groovy, and he was like, Ben is such a liar. He said Elite didn't even let me use comp, and Elite let me use comp. I guess he was jealous at the fact that Elite let me use comp. He said Ben is a capper. The dude didn't even let him use comp. I'm like, bro, are you serious? And they were all jealous. And this dude said, yes, he did. Are you mad? And I said, exactly. And I just kept pretending so he don't know it was me, like on an art. He said, oh. He said, well, I don't really care. And then today he tried him. He said, did your get banned? If he did, he will deserve it. Like who does that? He's like he tried to say stuff on the slick low, but he can't say it. At the end of the day, Ali, Zeke, you guys what you deserve, and Ali, don't ever come for me. You're a scammer. There's video of you on YouTube scamming, so I don't even know why you continue to talk to me. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in and exposing these scammers, Zeke and Ali.